Ladies, gentlemen, and the rest of you, I found a topic today that brings back some memories. I received a notification in my video ideas channel on my Discord server from Grandma Peanut Fartballs III, yet again, about a gay furry hacking group. And that immediately raised some suspicion. I know a gay furry hacking group, which is a crazy sentence, by the way. That's... Just saying that feels weird, but I made a video in 2023, about 4 months ago, called So Gay Furries Hacked a Nuclear Power Plant. And this is a story that is genuinely kind of interesting, and what made it even more interesting is that my beard was huge! It was in November, and I was doing No Shave November, so I look like a goddamn Greek Viking, which isn't even a thing, because those are two different denominations of people. But regardless, I gave the article a read when I saw that Grandma Peanut Fartballs initially posted it, and I saw a name that brought a smile to my face. It was a familiar name that I know of because it's the exact same group. This group goes by the name of Siegesec. Siegesec is essentially like a hacktivist group. They're activists that hack. You could tell you put the words together, it creates one word. And they do a bunch of things where they hack certain people who do bad things, and sometimes, because you'll see, and essentially their goal is to spread awareness for certain things. Depends on whatever their campaign is. I don't know why I said "and" twice back there, by the way. I hope I cut that out in editing. But this is a group that has gone on for quite a while. It's been for a few years now, and let me first shine light on the nuclear power plant thing, because now you probably have some question marks above your head, and I'm not going to go make you watch that video. I'm going to just give you the quick gist of it. So, they hacked a nuclear power plant called the Idaho National Laboratory. The Idaho National Laboratory is one of the largest nuclear power plants in North America, and they essentially just held hostage the user data of 6,100 employees. What was the hostage situation for? What was their goal? What was their incentive? Well, they wanted them to start investing in the creation of human-cat hybrids. You know, like cat girls. Yeah, that's one of their more absurd situations, and that's why I said you'll see when it comes to them hacking for good reasons. It could have been that the Idaho National Laboratory is like on the low-key making mutants and we just didn't know about it. I don't know what this hacking group knows, but they knew something, because they usually do things for a reason. They also attacked NATO. Yeah, like the big one, like NATO. They attacked NATO and essentially leaked 3,000 different user data. That's a weird way to word that, but you know what I'm saying. And the goal, I assume, was because of the whole Ukraine-Russia situation, because that's about when they came into power. That's about when Siegesec started becoming large. And that's really goofy. But recently, they hacked a new group. And this is the group that I saw the article for, and it's a far-right media outlet called Real America's Voice. And this is an interesting situation because apparently they're on a campaign right now. Their current goal is called OP Trans Rights, because this group, of course, is pro-LGBT. They're pro-trans, and I think that's pretty swag. I don't usually always share my political beliefs, but I feel like the idea of people just feeling comfortable in their own skin isn't necessarily political. So that's something that I think is pretty cool. I think they're doing a good thing. However, I don't agree with vigilantism. Now, I'm not going to say that I myself is going to go out and hack a group because I disagree with things that they say. However, this group did. They hacked this Real America's Voice. However, they did try to make statements trying to say don't blame the general LGBTQ community, because that's something that a lot of people do. I see in comment sections where like, no, there's the gays. They're trying to start a revolution, when it's just like 4 people doing something bad online. It's goofy. They actually had a statement that was quoted on this site that said, throughout our attacks on transphobic entities, we've received concerns that our attacks will be labeled as LGBTQ plus community as terrorists and criminals. Did I misread that, or was that just bad grammar? We use as to label... Oh, yeah, I'm just illiterate. And the thing is, these types of people will blame the LGBTQ plus community regardless of what we do. They'll look for a reason to hate, they won't listen to reason, and they will spread lies to shun people different than them. And I can see what they mean. I can understand what they're trying to say. However, I'm not going to say that I 100% agree with it. I'm merely here to report the information that I see in front of me right now. But I was interested about this Real America's Voice group. I wanted to look into who they are, because they're apparently run by big, large entrepreneurs like Robert Seeg and collaborating with people like Steve Bannon, which... I don't know most of these names, like Charlie Kirk, I don't know him either, but Steve Bannon is a name that I do know, because this actually is a personal story. On my college campus, there were protests because Steve Bannon had a group organized on the campus, mine of all places, to attack a student going to my campus for a master's degree whose dad happens to be in some sort of high-up official place in the Chinese government. The student has no relevance with it. But of course, this group came to our campus and started doxing the student and attacking them personally in many different situations. It was really weird. But of course, that's not enough information, so let's dig deeper into these people. So, Robert Seeg, first of all, after a quick read, is an interesting individual, if I could say the least. This is Wikipedia, so take this with a grain of salt, but I saw information about him committing mortgage fraud, as well as other various crimes like drug distribution, domestic violence, and assault and battery in different places in Colorado. This man is on the run in various locations in Colorado, just committing crimes, and now he runs a news source. That's good, and of course it got hacked by Siegesec. But the name that I, of course, just brought up, Steve Bannon, is an even more interesting case. Of course, Wikipedia is another source I'm using here, but he was a member of Trump's cabinet, and that should immediately cause a little red exclamation mark above your head, but he he was a member of Trump's cabinet who was kicked out by Trump for being too intense. How can someone be more intense than Trump? It's very silly, but the thing that I think is the biggest issue here is that everything goes full circle. You know how yesterday and the day before that I made a video about Facebook? This guy had to do with Cambridge Analytica. He was a part of Cambridge Analytica? You know, the part where Facebook leaked hundreds of thousands, no, let me correct myself, millions of people's user data to other various foreign countries like China and the like. So, you know, this guy's actually a massive criminal. He's a huge criminal, and of course, he now is a part of this giant news source that was hacked by Siegesec, which is crazy to me. Like, what? What? It's so crazy that criminals are now just allowed to be a part of news stations. It happens way too often now, but of course, I'm getting to a political right now. Let's actually look at what Real America's Voice is. So, I went on the website, and of course, it has a bunch of different various information. But of course, just like most news sources that have a certain swing to them, the titles of all the articles tend to have a bit of a grifty vibe to them. The world needs peacekeeper Trump again. What's up with all the child criminals that Biden is importing through the open border? Which, I don't know, I mean, I think they're probably breaking through the border, and that's a bad thing, but I don't know if the president's like, hey, we need more sex pests in the country. Let's bring them in. Like, I get that our boy Joey Biden's collecting versions of dementia like Pokemon, but I don't think he's that lost just yet. I decided to look in the comment section of some of these articles because, of course, they have comment sections, and I expected to see opinionated pieces. I expected people to comment, like, opinions and thoughts, just like how they do on some of the other news article comment sections that I go on in various other videos. But, of course, just like Cambridge Analytica, this shit's just like Facebook, because it's just scams. It's full of scams! Like, there's no humans! Do humans even read the articles? Is there a human on this website? I don't know, but that's not important. Let's cycle back to Siegesec, because Siegesec is an interesting group that, as I said, is a big hacking group. But what I love is, on their Twitter, they essentially just self-report everything that they do. Their Twitter is clearly run by one of the members. I don't know who, but I love their bio. Just a bunch of cats with internet. Feds do not interact. And they do things like retweet and repost different articles about the actions that they do. Me looking at your user data and confidential files. Yeah, and things like that. They like to be very quippy with it. I actually saw a tweet earlier when I was scrolling through that I thought was really funny. Let's actually not show all of the... Oh yeah, that's IPs and addresses. Okay, well, let's just look at the funny one. They, FBI, hate to see a girl boss, me, winning cybercrime. I don't know if... Now, hear me out here. I don't know if crime is winning, because, you know, crime is illegal, and don't do that. But girl bossing, sure, whatever, I guess. But essentially, in the hack, what they did was they leaked over 1,200 app users' data and addresses and names and everything. You know, like doxing, like a bad thing, like don't do that. And which is funny as well that they leaked 1,200 app users, because that's probably all of them, but regardless, I actually looked at this article. I was looking deeper into some of the articles about this hack, and I learned that this is not the first OP trans right hack they've done this year. They actually hacked another group, a church, a Minnesota River Valley church, where they leaked the details of 15,000 users and spent 6,000 of the church's money on inflatable sea lions, which I didn't even know was a thing. But they did it. And now they have a bunch of sea lions, I guess. And of course, this entire hack, as I said, is about the different sources that they are attacking being extremely transphobic and vocally anti-LGBTQ, which is just kind of cringe. I get why they're attacking them, however, I don't think that attacking someone with illegal means is necessarily a good thing. I'm not going to sit here and cheer on the sidelines, but I will giggle a little bit because it's kind of funny hearing that gay furry hackers have attacked people. We're in goddamn Gotham. Gotham is real, and it's where we are. I'm gonna hop out of here for now, though. I just want to talk about this for a sec. I found it absolutely absurd, and I hope you enjoyed. I yapped. This was mainly a yapping video, so I hope it wasn't too boring for y'all, but I also hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being amazing, and as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and stay chill, or they'll get you next.